Alright, so this presentation is about doing math with proper significant figures. There's two sets of rules we're going to worry about. One of them is when we're doing addition and subtraction. They have the same rule, and then there's a different rule for if you're doing multiplication or division. We'll talk about addition and subtraction first. So for example, we have this one, 140 plus 35. So when you do this on your calculator, you should get 175. Yes? Alright, but we can't leave it there. We have to round it off to the proper number of significant figures. The number of significant figures is going to be dictated by the number of significant figures in each problem. Not in each problem, sorry, in each number in the problem. More specifically, we have to look at the place value. So, looking at the number 140, its last significant figure is the 4. Only the 1 and the 4 are significant, the 0 is not. So its last significant figure is in the tens place. Looking at 35, both the 3 and the 5 are significant, so its last significant figure is in the ones place. Well, our answer needs to be, it can only be as significant as our least significant place. So the least significant place is the tens place. So our answer is going to be rounded off to the tens place. 175 rounded off to the tens place would be 180. The 5 rounds the 7 up to an 8 because 5 is 5 or above. You do not put a decimal point after the 0 because that would make the 0 significant, and we can only have significant figures to the tens place. Let's look at another example. 7.51 minus 0.321. When you do this on your calculator, you get 7.189. Again, we have to look at the number of, the place value for each significant figure in our problems. In 7.51, the last significant figure is the 1, which is in the second decimal place, or the hundredths place. In 0.321, its last significant figure is the 1, which is in the third decimal place, or the thousandths place. Okay? So the least significant place is the second decimal place, so our answer gets rounded off there. So this becomes 7.189 becomes 7.19. You cannot put a 0 at the end of the number because that would add a significant figure. Alright, multiplication and division. Its rules are different. For multiplication and division, the rules are based on the number of significant figures. So, looking at this, we have 2.5 times 10.37. You do that on the calculator and you get 25.925. Well, looking at our two numbers, 2.5 has 3 sig figs, while 10.37, 2.5 has 2 sig figs, silly me. 10.37 has 4 sig figs. So our answer needs to be rounded to 2 sig figs, which would be after the 5. The 2 and the 5 are our first 2 sig figs, so we're going to round it off there. The 9 rounds the 5 up, so this rounds to just 26. And then one more example. 104 divided by 3. When you do this on the calculator, you get 34.666 repeating. So I'll just round it off to 667. Again, looking at the number of sig figs in each number that we divided, 104 has 3 sig figs, 3 only has 1 sig fig. So our answer can only have 1 sig fig, which rounds off after the 3. Well, the 4 does not round the 3 up, so that's going to stay as a 3. And because this number we're rounding off before the decimal, we have to put a placeholder of 0. Without a decimal point, that is 1 sig fig. And that's how you do math with rounding to proper sig figs. Just remember, An easy way to remember these rules is think of the saying, you're only as strong as your weakest link. Well, with sig figs, your answer can only be as precise or as significant as your least significant measurement.